Hello and welcome to another Should You Platinum. I'm Tyler and today I'm going to be delving into the newest superhero game that has fell into my biased little lap. And I want to start things off by saying yes, I am biased to all things superheroes. No, I don't pick sides on which is better between DC and Marvel. And yes, I do think Batman is better than all other superheroes. There's no point arguing with me because I just won't listen. But let me talk about Guardians of the Galaxy, an awesome game developed by Eidos Montreal and published by Square Enix. Now, when I first saw the reveal for this game, I was skeptical. The previous Marvel game released by Square Enix was the Avengers game, which was far from being anything. It wasn't bad, it wasn't good, it was just meh. But the Guardians of the Galaxy is a massive step up from Square Enix's prior attempt to the superhero genre, leaving the craving sensation to want more. More of the Guardians, but more importantly, more of the world building that is shown in the game. There are so many callbacks to other characters and storylines that you may have known from other medias.
What kind of name is Avengers?
Leaving you saying,
I understood that reference.
every 10 minutes. I was extremely impressed with how well balanced everything was in terms of combat, exploration and overall storytelling. I even enjoyed the ability to make key decisions, in turn altering levels and experiences, which incorporates replayability. I've just finished my second playthrough so that I could see the different levels and dialogue choices I missed in my first playthrough. The combat was something that I felt trepidation for. Previously, all that I saw gameplay wise was the Guardians fighting a bunch of sentient jelly creatures, which immediately put me off as I assumed that most of the enemies would be uninteresting entities. Luckily, this game does include a variety of creatures to fight, alongside the standard two-legged mercenary types. The highlight of the combat for me, aside from being able to command the rest of the Guardians in a turn-based RPG-esque way, was the huddle mechanic, which basically allows you to rally your forces together and achieve boosts if the correct option is selected.
Dudes, relax. We need to have each other's backs out there. No one's winning this on their own. Precisely. But if we stay united and centered, there will be no turning back. Who's with me? Feel my wrath!
Can't wait to take him down!
But on top of that, the game plays a selected song from its stellar playlist of 80s bangers, and it truly does feel like a badass moment when you're mowing down enemies to Bonnie Tyler's I Need a Hero or Tainted Love by Soft Cell. But onto the trophies, and honestly I would say a good 80% of the trophies are going to be unlocked naturally as you play, assuming you're taking advantage of all the abilities that the Guardians have to offer. A good portion of the list requires you to take a small amount of enemies down using specific moves or combos. The only two that I didn't do naturally and had to focus on during my second playthrough was to execute an auto combo with Rocket, which involves you to be stood next to him while you're performing a melee attack on an enemy. I struggled on this due to the fact that Rocket is stood on Groot 90% of the time, which means I would trigger Groot's auto execution instead of Rocket's. Sometimes it felt like he hopped onto his shoulders just because he knew I wanted to get the trophy.
What are you doing up there?
Staying away from you.
The second was to defeat 15 staggered enemies with a charge shot. The only reason I didn't do this in my first run is because I don't like using the charge shot, and I never got the opportunity to do it when an enemy was staggered. Shamefully, a lot of the other trophies are extremely missable, more notably the collectibles and outfits. I thought it was such a shame when I found out that you had to find outfits in hidden parts of the levels rather than unlocking them, or crafting them like you can in the Spider-Man games. I'm a person who loves to experiment with different looks and costumes, and to know that every costume is missable made me extremely anxious when searching in an area, because I hated the idea that I could be missing out on a really cool outfit. If I had to make any complaint about this game, this would be it. I would recommend a second playthrough where you keep a guide on hand as to not miss out on hidden collectibles, outfits and other hidden goods, because there is a trophy to collect 65% of all galactic compendiums of each category. Be sure to visit all the Guardians' bedrooms as well to inspect collectibles, because the game does not register it as a found collectible without you fully exhausting the dialogue options. I don't want to mention the other two missable trophies to avoid story spoilers, but they are both story related and can be achieved through chapter select, I believe. But overall I think Guardians of the Galaxy stands up to be one of my favourite games of 2021, if not my favourite. There's so much charm and comedy that it's hard not to enjoy this game. The combat is fun and the characters are so well done. This is a game that you should definitely be looking out for if you want something to play. As far as the Platinum Trophy goes, I think it's brilliant fun. There's nothing really hard to do as far as skill goes. It's very much a case of going through a tick list and making sure you achieve all the challenges set in front of you by the trophies. The only one that did annoy me a bit was the missable costumes, but I soon got over it once I started playing again. Definitely a must plat. But who am I to tell you what to do? I'm just a guy on the internet. Overall, it took me 23 hours to get the Platinum Trophy for Guardians of the Galaxy, and if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
I